So, I'm going to go over another event and one of my beliefs that has always held true. Now, it gets complicated in life. People like to overcomplicate things, but it's really simple if you make it simple. This is the simplest way to say it, and then I'm going to give an explanation of its use. So, human life always comes before material goods, meaning my cell phone is worth less than the worst human being on planet Earth. That's it. And the cell phone is actually important to keep in mind. Okay? So I was sent to an institution. I used a match to try an experiment. I saw on TV that the slime on slugs are fireproof and they were born from fire, and they used to think this, the Romans. Um, I might have misunderstood it because I tried to find that video later because horrible things I was has happened to me in that building. It's a horrible place. It's mostly the staff acting inappropriately with their power, with misunderstanding, and not waiting long enough to have a conversation with the patient. They just jump on action, and they some of them kind of enjoy hurting children. What you can see in their face. What really bothers me that people who are working in institutions that take care of 10-year-olds with mental health, uh, they have a tendency to like hurting children, especially if they say something they don't like. And what I said is, no, I took my meds, what I did, and then the person proceeded to say, no, I didn't. Then I said, yes, I did. Then she said she's going to get somebody to make me take another dose, which then I said, that will hurt me. You're a bitch. And which she smiled, grabbed somebody, held me down, injected me, forced pills down my throat, and then my heart beat weird. My brain was all fuzzy, and my nose was going back and forth from runny to not runny, as well as I passed out on my own penis. I don't even know how that's possible. That my head was literally touching my lap. And this was done to me, and nobody ever cared. I even brought it up with psychiatrists and doctors. Don't know what they ever did of that information. Doesn't sound like anybody really cared that much, seeing as these things were repeated and repeated and repeated. And I had my body destroyed over and over and over. And that's because the programs and my mother gave them a history of me not taking medication beforehand. Now that started at about age 8, something like that, where there was real no reason for that. I just said that some of the medicines were making me feel real sick and I didn't want to take them. I never cheeked them or did anything like that. But then again, at the age of like 4, when I was only taking 2 pills, kids were messing around, and this was a common occurrence. A kid, you did something he didn't like you struck him out in baseball, or you kind of laughed at him, or you giggled and he thinks he's laughing at you, or something like that. Then the kid would try to play this thing where you go get a staff and you tell, hey, Joey didn't take his meds, and then you just walk off. And then the staff member would go up to the kid, ask him if he took his meds. The kid would say, of course I did. And then the staff member would say, well, what's this? And point at something. Now, the key point here is a lot of times they would put ketchup in your orange juice or something like that. Um, the kid actually put ketchup in my orange juice. Sometimes I forget that. I just know the ketchup's at the bottom. But then when I visualize it and actually try to remember that day and how traumatic it was and how much it upset me being held down and given the same meds, like literally, they woke me up maybe 15 minutes, gave me a bunch of pills, brought me into the kitchen. I was starting to eat breakfast. This kid squirts, I can see his arm squirting the ketchup into my orange juice. He tries to make fun of me, and I just ignore him. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't care. Well, you don't care I put orange juice? No, I don't care. I don't care. Whatever. Then I just try to eat my breakfast. And then he gets up, goes to a staff member, says, Zach didn't take his meds, walks off, and then I get held down and I have to take more meds. This has happened to me several times. Several times. But anyways, we're going to get back to the point of the story. Uh, what's the best way to phrase this? I'm going to do this in a separate